Well, I mean, in the case of Black Rob, he signs to Bad Boy. He had a huge song. The album did well. I think it went gold or maybe even platinum.
Yeah.
The second album, I don't think had any singles on it. And I believe that was the final project on Bad Boy. They put it out. They did the best they could with the album. At one point, he left the label or he got dropped, one or the other. This was what, 30 years ago? I mean, when did Woe come out? Like 97 or something
Right.
like that?
Right.
So you're looking at 20, 25 years roughly. Do you really expect Puffy to continue to take care of this man decade after decade when they're not even working together anymore? I mean, I'm sure if he signed a decent deal, he probably had some royalties from Woe when it gets streamed or when it gets picked up in movies or TV shows or commercials or something like that. But are you really required to continue to take care of everyone who used to be signed with you?
Well, I don't think so.
Yeah.
But there is certain type of, things, man. Like, as all right, number one, you know, when I was talking to Black Rob, right? He, he was saying that um Diddy stole the artist from him, right? G-Dep took G-Dep from him. That's what he
Okay.
was saying, right?
That's
And that he
interesting.
had brought him in and Diddy took that from him, like kind of just, he was supposed to be Black Rob's artist in Black Rob's mind. You know what I'm saying? So when he did that, when he brought him around, Diddy took him. You know what I mean? So once Diddy took him, he felt like, yo, how you just gonna take how you gonna take my artist? You know what I mean? And he felt like, he felt like that. And that's one thing, right? Number two is when he was locked up, ain't nobody, Diddy didn't, holler at him. Diddy didn't, you know what I mean? Like Diddy went to go see um Lil Wayne in prison. You know what I'm saying? And Lil Wayne ain't part of Bad Boy, you feel me? So it's like, all right, you know what I mean? Like you're gonna go see Lil Wayne, but you didn't even send anybody. Like you could have sent somebody to go see him. You could have something, right? Like something. Because at the end of the day, if I work for you, whether you're making money off of me or not, if we have a good a rapport, if there should be something, right? There should be something like a token of, we here for you. You know what I'm saying? Like whatever. I don't have to walk your hand. I don't have to pay every single bill. But you know what I mean? If you took an artist from me, at least something, right? And then artist, and then he's like, he's going through his, after he comes home from prison, he's going through whatever. I think when he was he didn't just, he was going battling that kidney thing for a while. You know what I'm saying? And he slowly deteriorated. I'm sure a lot of people reached out. I'm sure he even tried to reach out to Diddy, whatever. I'm pretty sure that Diddy could have. I don't think he has to. I don't think that he's, it's a responsibility that he's supposed to do. But as a human being, as a, you know what I'm saying? I feel like he should have did something. And I'm not sure, maybe he did, but doing it now after the fact, you know what I'm saying? It's like if somebody works for me and we don't talk for like 5 years, right? But I'm doing well. I have so much money that I can actually like change some shit. You know what I'm saying? And I see somebody that actually wrote music for me, that brought value to me. You know what I'm saying? And if I see him going through some shit, what's a little here? Take, you know what I'm saying? $50,000. Like, that's a
50,000 is a lot of money, man.
But what I'm saying, that's a Diddy.
50,000 is a lot of money, I think, even to Diddy. I mean, it's not an amount of money that'll affect him, but 50,000 is still 50,000. He has a lot of kids. He has a lot of expenses.
I understand.
He has a lot of employees.
Right.
And just to your point, I've never heard of the G-Dep thing before. I will say G-Dep didn't end up being a profitable artist for Bad Boy. He had one song. Get This Money with the remix, which Black Rob was on.
Mm-hmm.
It was just one album that I don't even think did that well. I mean, G-Dep, you know what happened to G-Dep ultimately, right?
Yeah.
He ended up turning himself in for a murder, but because the music industry really didn't work out for G-Dep. So it's not like Puffy took Michael Jackson from him and is making billions. It's not like he brought Biggie.
Right.
Then I could see, okay, this is a real sore spot. Like, we got to work this out. I brought you Biggie and you took Biggie and you're still making money off. They're still doing Biggie movies. G-Dep, and shout out to G-Dep. I'm a fan. I've interviewed
Right.
him in prison over his situation. But to still be mad about G-Dep, you could also be motivated and say, okay, well, I brought one artist that actually worked out and got signed to a major. Maybe I'm pretty good at this. Maybe I'm really an A&R. Let me stay at it. I'm already in the industry. Everyone knows who Black Rob is. Let's keep moving.
Right. I definitely agree with that. I definitely think he could have, at the end of the day, we get our opportunities,
Yeah.
right? And it's what we make out of the opportunities, what we make it. So because he definitely had an opportunity that so many people would never get.
Yeah,
right?
being Black Rob opens up more doors than, let's say, a China Mac.
Right.
Because everyone knows Black
Right.
Rob. Black Rob has a big international hit song.
I
So,
agree.
it's no offense to a China Mac. More people know.
I mean,
Black
I
Rob.
don't know about now.
No, but
You know
I mean,
what I'm
like back then,
Yeah.
during the heyday when he was signing, when he was bringing in G-Dep, everyone knew who he was.
Right.
So
he had an opportunity to really he and I think that a lot of artists, him as well, and a lot of artists fail to really maximize on those opportunities, and that's not on nobody else but themselves, right?
Right.
But I'm just saying on a personal level, I feel like, at the end of the day, man, you can't take money with you when you die, bro. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? So if you have a little bit of money, and I know $50,000 is a lot of money, but I don't think it is. I don't think he would lose sleep over $50,000. You know what I'm saying? I don't think Diddy would lose sleep over $50,000. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure he paid $50,000. He fucking, he can raise in one day. He raised like a whole shitload of money. So I really don't think $50,000 is that much. But I'm not saying. All I'm saying is like sometimes, you know what I mean? Because money is something that we can't take with us. We should use the money to help certain shit. You feel me? Especially somebody that brought value, whether it was a lot of value or a good amount of value. But Black Rob wrote music for Diddy. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what type of songs he wrote for Diddy. And
Well, if he wrote music for Diddy, then he probably has publishing and songwriting credits. From what I understand, Puffy, people who did work for Puffy wasn't under the table and ghostwriting. People got compensated for it.
Right.
So the money from Woe and probably some of the writing he did for Puffy was probably how he was living all these years. Those checks would come in twice a year. And at the end of the day, if you stop producing content as an artist, you can still get by with shows. But if you can't do shows or you choose not to do shows, some people just end up having their time in the music industry. And it comes and goes, and it's time to reinvent yourself. I started as a mixtape DJ. If I was still a mixtape DJ, I'd be broke as shit.
Right.
I wouldn't be able to support it, nothing, including myself. At one point, you just got to say, okay, that time is done. What's the next door that I have to look at? Because I think at one point Black Rob actually went to prison for like stealing from like a hotel room or something like that.
I don't know about that. I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
like from what I understand, like Rob really was like in the
He was
streets.
battling some shit.
Yeah, he was really like, he wasn't like some middle class kid that just knows how to rap well. He was really like, a street dude that was tied into street shit. And I think that's why he was in prison.
You know what's crazy? I have a song with Black Rob.
Yeah, never came out.
It's out.
Oh, it's out.
It's Black Rob and Fred the Godson, rest in peace.
Yeah.
So it's me, Block, Block, Fred the Godson, and Black Rob. But I definitely understand what you're saying, man. I definitely feel like, at the end of the day, it is our responsibility to keep our priorities in order and in line. And, we shouldn't be, expecting anything from anybody, right? So I do understand that. But, I'm just saying, like, if, you know what I mean? Like, sometimes, helping somebody, a little help could really, could have saved that man's life. You don't know what could have happened. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm not one of the people that, oh, Diddy this, Diddy that. But I just like kind of look at it like, yo, there is different people. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like Diddy could have earlier if he would have just been like, whatever. But I don't think he needed to do that, right? I just felt like, it is something that he could have done. He could have changed that man's life. He could have saved that man's life. You know what I'm saying?